Shalom, Kahala Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Rakakadash, double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace salutations unto the hopeful elect. Once again, I am the brother Yahweh, and basically we're going to get right to it. Um, the topic of this segment tonight, the last Saturday of 2024, will be entitled Brace for Impact 2025. All right. I chose to call it like that for the spirit. Brace for Impact 2025. All right. And what you see on the screen is a live cam shot of Times Square in Manhattan, where they're getting ready to celebrate so-called New Year's Eve. I believe that's when this coming Tuesday, right? Yes, this coming Tuesday in just 3 days will be so-called New Year's Eve. All right? And they're gonna drop that ball, all right, bring in the so-called New Year in the dead of winter. All right, when in reality the New Year is supposed to start in the springtime. All right. It's supposed to start in the springtime, I've learned, all right? Because naturally that's when the old trees grow back. That's when the trees grow back the leaves. You know what I'm saying? And new flowers spring forth. That's why it's called spring. And even the Lord Himself was born around that time in the spring. So that's supposed to be the real time of celebration, not in the dead of winter. Okay, but the bottom line here is that for those of you that might be watching, all right, you have to brace for impact. All of us must brace for impact for what the so-called New Year might bring. All right, here we are already about to enter the 5th year of this 2020 decade, which 2020 did not really begin on such a good start, did it? It changed the lives of many people, and to this very day, uh, people's lives are yet being affected because of the whole scenario of that health crisis back then. Okay, I don't have to give full details. Y'all should know what I'm talking about, what I'm referring to. All right. But 2020 did not start. 2020 did not kick off on such a good start, and neither would this decade end on a good start. All right. As much as it started rather turbulently, all right, we are fast approaching what could be its dramatic end. All right, which would involve, you know, Nero Trump back in the White House, and a whole mess of, you know, unprecedented situations might suddenly arise out of nowhere that would radically impact y'all people's lives out there, man, and would strip you off overnight of your, of your current comfort, your accommodated well-being. Okay, but people's well-being are getting ready to be stripped off. All right, all these new changes, these dramatic changes that's coming. All right, because you best believe they're getting ready to bring a whole series of new legislation, okay, Right now, as I speak, new legislation is being passed. All right, like the HR 9495. Okay, in case you haven't heard of it, look it up on Google. But it is not a very good thing from what I found out. HR 9495. Okay, it's a new bill that has yet to be passed in the Senate. All right, but it already passed. It already passed. It already passed Congress, I think. All right, but it does not mean a good thing for people that are, in these non-profit organizations, as they call it. It's already being referred to as a non-profit killer. All right. So that means that many of these so-called Negro Christian churches are about to be affected by this thing. All right. So I don't have to give the full synopsis of this thing or rundown. All right. Just look up HRA 9495 on Google or on YouTube, and you see what I'm talking about. So that is only one of many dramatic changes, all right, that, the powers that be got set up for this so called new year, all right? And then there's this whole drone situation. I think it is still yet going on strong. It has not really faded away yet. Okay, these drones, as they call it now, or orbs, and I have given a past couple of shows on that. Okay, they're making more and more news. Uh, you know, uh, more than ever, more than ever, the so-called UFO phenomenon is being given more and more attention now. It is being more and more widespread on the news media, okay, on your news outlets. All right. It is becoming more and more inevitable that they might be thinking of coordinating a possible, a possible fake so-called UFO invasion that would also change people's lives overnight. All right, ain't no telling what new stage event may arise out of this whole drone thing. You know what I'm saying? Okay, but those are the possible circumstances that lie ahead. All right, and so without further ado, I'm going to start reading some scriptures that I got lined up that go head to head, that are lined up with tonight's current subject. All right, so Lord's will. All right, I'm going to start with Matthew 24. All right. Matthew 24. And I'm going to read verses 3 to 8. All right. Just bear with me a moment. All right. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, When shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming, and of the end of the world? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, or Hamashiach, which is his real name, and shall deceive many. Okay, so we currently do have a lot of false prophets out there, all right, for false churches, false religious organizations that are teaching people the wrong way, all right? So you have many of these false leaders today, like so-called Bishop Nate, all right, who's obviously only doing the work for the money and his own personal gain. All right, he's not really serving the Lord, much less pleasing him. So that's why the Lord said what he said. All right, for there should come many saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. All right, and he also predicted he also said these words. All right, he also predicted these things that will happen, which I will look up now. All right. Okay, getting back to Matthew 24. All right. I was at the fifth verse, right? So I'm going to keep reading on. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. All right? So, right now, as I speak and I have read the scripture, all right, you should see for your own selves that all these things are already indeed happening in the world. The wars and rumors of wars, okay, the whole thing with Russia and Ukraine going on for a couple of years now, the whole thing with Israel and Palestine, or what's that organization called, Hamas or Hezbollah, whatever, right? All these things have been stirring up rumors of World War III. World War III has already kicked in. Okay, okay, but we are only in the beginning stages of this World War III happening, man. But it will not be full blown. Okay, like the great apostle Elder Tahar says. Okay, World War III will not actually fully happen until the mark of the MOTB mentioned in Revelation 13 is fully implemented. Once that happens, all right, all those that would receive that mark will meet their damnation upon that nuclear fallout, man. Okay, once them missiles get fired off them silos in Armageddon, World War III, all right. For now, we are only in the beginning stages of World War III with these current volatile world events. Okay, so once again, the Lord said, "And you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation." All right. Well, okay. Well, what was it that I mentioned only seconds ago? All right. The whole thing with Russia and Ukraine, and so-called Israel with so-called Hezbollah, the whole divide with Palestine and what have you. That's nation rising against nation, kingdom against kingdom. All right, this very country, so-called U.S. of A., United States of America, is divided up. And, it will become even more divided. All right, and we might still see a civil war, in the near future, man. A civil war, race war, okay? For there shall be sedition among men, okay? That's mentioned in Second Esdras, man. Okay, the 15th or 16th chapter, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so that's why these scriptures were written for our learning and awareness in these end times. Okay, so kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in divers places. Okay, so right now we are also in the beginning stages, of the famines. All right, some pestilences have already stricken the earth. Okay, like that major one only a few years ago that I mentioned earlier, got kicking off 2020. All right, when I said that 2020 did not come with did not kick off with a very good start. All right, so these are the times we're living in. All right, and earthquakes in diverse places. Earlier this year, right here in New York City, all right, there was a major shakeup, man. That was several months ago already, but back in April, all right. For those of you that are watching, you should still recall that, all right. I myself, I felt them tremors, man. Okay? I felt them tremors. The very first one in the morning was one hell of a huge shake up, man. Okay? The Lord really shook this place up. Okay? And he could have done a whole lot worse. You know what I'm saying? He just wanted to give a little tiny warning to the people for now. Of worse things getting ready to happen, man. All right, and and you have earthquakes happening every single day, believe it or not. Even though you may not hear about it or may not feel it, okay. There's this earthquake monitor, I think. Just look it up on the internet on Google. All right, and it'll give you a rundown of places of countries where where tremors or earthquakes are still being felt at, man. All right, look it up and you see I ain't lying. Okay, so verse 8, he goes on to conclude, all these are the beginning of sorrows. All right, all these are the beginning of sorrows. Okay, so a good precept for that. Okay, here is another good, uh, hopefully edifying and edifying precept. All right, basically another alert scripture. All right, okay, I've been reading a couple of them. All right, relating to this subject. Brace for Impact 2025, right? So this is Second Esdras 9:1. He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before. All right? Let's get the whole chapter. All right? And when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Okay, the highest now. Now, who is that highest? Okay, who is that highest, man? The one that made us all, the supreme being, the most high, man. Okay, the same one that says, I am the power and there's none else. All right, most of you are not aware. You are not aware nor even fear this higher power, but you will. It's only a matter of time now. You will. He's getting ready to show that to the whole wide world. All right? That's why the scripture says what it says here. All right? Okay? Where thou seest part of the signs pass, all right? Salakia. That's why it says, the scripture says what it says. Wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. And he's partly visiting the world he made already. Okay, by ways of, he's visiting the world right now, you know, metaphorically, that is, by way of all these different tragedies, mass death happening every day, mass death happening more and more now on a larger scale. All right, you really need to set up a prayer before going out to the street, man. Most of you don't. That's why you end up dying the way you do. That's why you end up being part of these tragedies, man, because you don't seek the Most High. All right? You do not care to honor and serve Him like He's supposed to. That's why He brings these tragedies upon you. All right? And this scripture here is really giving warning of what He's getting ready to bring. All right? Of what He's getting ready to bring, man. Okay, so let me just read, go on and conclude with verses 3 and 4 real quick. Therefore, when thou shalt see, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. Okay, but we are living and witnessing the beginning stages of that. More and more protests worldwide. The people are getting mad at the way this society is being run. Okay? And what's happening now is only the beginning. It's only the beginning, baby. All right? We ain't seen everything unfold yet. Okay? Wait till that dollar bill, y'all, crashes, man. When that dollar bill, y'all, is no more, all right, and you won't be able to depend on your beloved physical greenback cash no more, because they want to bring in a total digital society, and they want even you, to be part of that digital society, man. Okay, when they tell you that you cannot buy or sell unless you receive this grain of rice looking mark in your left hand or forehead. What the fuck are you gonna do then? All right? Okay, you're gonna go out and protest, man. You're gonna be mad. All right? Okay, I could envision this in my mind right now, man. Niggers are gonna bug the hell out. They're gonna go out and burn cars and buildings on the street. All right, all out hell breaking loose. Martial law would be implemented, and hey, it's just gonna be straight up chaos, man. Order out of chaos. All right, okay. Verse 4. All right, Salaki. Yeah. All right, yeah, verse 4. Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. All right? Okay, so there you go. I'm going to conclude it there. Now let's go to Daniel 12, Daniel 12 and 1. All right? And I might end it there. All right? All right. Daniel 12 and 1 says this. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. All right? So we are getting ready to witness this prophecy unfold real soon. All right? And this is a great warning scripture. All right? 2025 might well indeed get to be that year. All right? You know, where, how should I put it? It's going to get so bad out here. It's going to be so chaotic that most of us, especially those in the faith, are going to need divine intervention. We're going to need Salaka, these damn demons here. We're going to need divine intervention. We're going to need higher power fighting for us, man. That's why it says when it says here, and at that time shall Michael stand up. Now, what Michael is that talking about? All right? Is it talking about Michael Jackson? No, it's talking about Michael the Archangel, one of the great archangels, man. Okay? He's one of the great four archangels. All right? If I'm not mistaken. Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel, man. Okay? So Michael is the straight up number one. Okay, he's the Lord's main, he's the Lord's top enforcer, man. Okay, okay, plain and simple. All right, and he's gonna come down and you know the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. He's gonna come to stand and deliver us, Abaratasa, Lord willing, in this great time of trouble that's coming, this Jacob's trouble. All right? All the hell that Nero Trump might bring, all right? And the great apostle Elder Tahar always mentions that Donald Trump is a reincarnation of Emperor Nero. And the same thing that Emperor Nero did that many years ago, he will do yet again in the so-called modern day. All right? blame the Israelites, blame the so-called Christian people, or the real people of God, of the Most High, all right, for all of America's problems. And then you're going to see, Salaki, you're going to see this great persecution take place, okay? Many brothers are going to have to stand trial. They may end up even becoming martyrs for this truth, all right? End up in concentration camps or and some detention center, or even get put in an isolated, what is it that they call, in these prisons they have solitary confinement. All right, so can you imagine that happening for you, man? All right, okay. Look, the Lord needs to give, a man needs to have real balls to confront these situations, man. Plain and simple. All right, the Lord Abaratasa will give. He knows which one of his elect are capable of handling so and so situation. All right, all right. But at the end of the day, we're still going to need divine intervention, and it will come because it's going to get that bad out here. All right, like your modern day prophets, beginning with Great Millstone, have already been warning y'all for years. All right, but it has this scripture does still have a happy ending, right? So I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna end it at that. All right, and at that time, that people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. Shalom.